What's up, guys? Welcome back to Texas Meds. My name's Chase. I apologize I haven't been posting in a while. Just been caught up with a bunch of classwork and other responsibilities. I've come with an update for two House bills that we have not talked about one, but we have talked about the other, which is House Bill 2107. And the other bill I will be going over in the next video is House Bill 81. Okay, so to give a follow up on House Bill 2107, it started off as like the House Bill's version of Senate Bill 269, which was a comprehensive medical cannabis reform of our current compassionate use program. And what it did is it basically just changed the different policies and regulations and laws and stuff regarding medical cannabis here in Texas, like changing the availability of who's eligible to receive medical cannabis, as well as removing restrictions on the THC content and I believe CBD content. So it's basically just making it into a regular, normal state cannabis program, medical cannabis program. And the guy who wrote it up is Representative Eddie Lucio III. And I have, he wrote a little letter right here just the other day regarding this bill. So I'd like to read it off to you guys to spread the information. So May 5th, 2017, this was written. To our fellow members of the legislature. On February 20th, 2017, I filed the Expanded Compassionate Use Act, House Bill 2107. The legislation would authorize the legal use of medical cannabis for patients who suffer from debilitating medical conditions upon referral from a licensed medical professional and obtained through a licensed dispenser. This builds off of tireless work of Representative Stephanie Click and the 84th legislative session, who laid the groundwork for the foundation of this bill. So it was started last year, and just improved on for this year. On May 2nd, 2017, the House Public Health Committee heard over 60 passionate pleas for this bill's passage. Republicans, Democrats, parents, children, doctors, veterans, medical professionals, and advocates waited through the night to share their reasons for supporting this bill. One could not help but be moved by their stories and experiences they so bravely shared. In fact, they were so powerful that almost 70 House members signed on as co-authors the following day, 4 of whom are doctors. We have heard from parents whose children have debilitating illnesses in which all modern medicine has shown no effects and, in some cases, has made their symptoms worse or led to addiction. We heard from U.S. veterans who asked members to consider their military service and the effects of post-traumatic stress disorder. We heard from patients dealing with the horrible pain of cancer and its treatment, who acknowledge that the use of medical cannabis alleviates the pain associated with chemotherapy. Lastly, we also heard from patients who have had to flee the state as medical refugees in response to the illegality of a medicine that is saving their life. These Texans would be considered criminals for alleviating their pain or the suffering of their loved ones. On May 5th, 2017, the Committee on Public Health voted 7-2 to move the bill to a full House vote. In this time of divisive politics, we have found bipartisan agreement that the well-being of our loved ones suffering from life-threatening or debilitating conditions should rise above the fray of left and right. This is for the father of the autistic child that can only control violent outbursts with cannabis oil, for the veteran suffering from PTSD and night terrors who finds peace with cannabis, for the grandmother who suffers from tremors preventing her from even feeding herself without the relief from a plant. We will continue to fight for the patients suffering in Texas who could benefit from medical cannabis. Republicans and Democrats have united in this effort and will continue to put patients over politics. Sincerely, Eddie Lucille III and Jason Isaac, State Representatives. And this bill was great that it was passed in the House. It got so much support, actually, that there were several things that got changed in it. According to Stephen Carter of TextCan.com, there were several things removed from the bill during negotiations, as well as something added to the bill. The main thing removed from the bill was the patient's ability to grow cannabis in their own home. That was taken out during negotiations, as well as a clause being added that says medical cannabis must be administered by a means other than smoking. So that dabbing, vaporization, oral, eating it, edibles. And then we make our way to last night at 10 p.m. The calendar committee, which it was sent to, did not schedule it for this legislative session, which means it will not be voted on this year in 2017. So the bill's most likely dead. As well as the Senate Bill 269. That hasn't been scheduled either. It doesn't mean that nothing's going to happen, though, because we still have House Bill 81 that I'll go over in the next video, which does not give us more medical cannabis rights, but it does lower the amount of... It basically decriminalizes low amounts of cannabis for possession. But I'll go over that in the next video. As far as everything else goes, the bills are probably going to be saved somewhat, like the wordings and what people support, that's probably going to be saved for the next legislative session. But until then, thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe for more updates on Texas cannabis legalization and decriminalization. And have a great day.